What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Paper Warrior 20. Welcome back to another tier list. Today we are ranking all of the Pixar movies as of date. This includes Hoppers. Hoppers is good. Don't get me started on it yet, but I liked it. But this is our tier list. We have S, A, B, C, and D. These movies are good. There's not really a stinker among them, but we're gonna have to find some stinkers here. And you know what? If you have any disagreements, leave it down in the comments. Let me know where you disagree. I'm sure there's going to be some disagreements. I grew up with these movies, so I have some hot takes, or I have some opinions that I don't think everyone will agree with. Toy Story. See, they started off with a banger. They just hit a home run. They're like Barry Bonds right from the beginning, right into McCovey Cove. Toy Story, I think it has to go an S. Just the fact that's the original, it started everything off. It has that good buddy comedy kind of feel, and it has those heartfelt strings, right? Of Woody learning he's not a toy, or he is a toy. In my heart, Woody's not a toy. Fun fact about me is I was called Woody as a child. Be careful out there, folks. Now, second on this list is Toy Story 4. I didn't hate Toy Story 4 as much as the rest of people. I watched Toy Story 4 while we're in COVID, while I was looking for something to do. We just got Disney Plus, and I turned it on, and I don't know. I cried a little at the end when Woody was leaving his friends behind for Bo Peep. That being said, Woody, not a mega Chad. Is that what we just heard? He's no Clav. He's choosing a girl over the boys. I don't know. Woody, Woody, disappointment, I guess, to all those mega chads out there. But to the rest of us, I thought it was pretty sweet. I'll put Toy Story 4 in B tier. Not the worst, but it was okay. It wasn't the best. Toy Story 2. Now, as a kid, I would always turn Toy Story 2 off before the ending. It was on VHS. I would have to pause it because I always got sad during that little montage where Jesse got laid off at the park. And you know what? Maybe that's where my trust issues started. Toy Story 2, good movie, pulls on the heartstrings, good introductions. I'm going to put Toy Story 2 above Toy Story 4 and B tier right now, just because I don't think it reaches the peak that other movies do, but we're going to leave it at that. And we might move it up later. Toy Story 3, I think is the same thing as Toy Story 2. There's those heartstrings that they pull on. Again, this made me aware of the fact that I was going to die at some point when I was a child. And for that reason, I kind of hate the movie. I haven't been able to rewatch it since I hasn't been for years. I haven't been able to rewatch it. And for that fact, it shows that they did pretty well at it. I'm going to put it in A tier. Bug's Life. My biggest memories of Bug's Life were at the Disneyland park. So I always get those conflated. For those of you traumatized by that It's a Bug theater scene at Disneyland, sound off in the comments. But Bug's Life, it was okay. It wasn't the best. I'll put it in C tier. Monsters Inc. Now, Monsters Inc. isn't the best movie out there. I mean, it doesn't have the emotional pull that the other movies do, but it was my favorite, and for that reason, I'm putting it in S tier. And you guys can fight me on it. I think Mike and Sully, top tier, top tier, top tier, top tier characters, go head to head with Buzz and Woody. I think they pull out the victory against Buzz and Woody in a 7 game series. I think Boo was great. I think Randall was a sleazeball, but that's what we were trying to get at. It was just all around great movie. Monsters University, I only watched it once or twice. I wasn't a big fan of it. It didn't reach the peaks that Monsters Inc. had for me. I mean, looking back now that I've graduated college, maybe has like little funny remarks to that, but I haven't seen it recently. I'm going to give it a C. Finding Nemo, not my favorite movie out of the bunch. Again, I rewatched this one recently and I liked it. I liked it, but it wasn't like something I'm dying to go watch again. I think the best part of the movie is the talking turtle, Rush, but he's only there for like 5 minutes. He's not there for that long. The second best scene. besides Crush the Talking Turtle, is probably when all of Nemo's brothers and sisters get smoked at the beginning. But when the movie peaks at the beginning with Nemo's brothers and sisters getting smoked, and then peaks in the middle with Crush waving his hand around like a dude, bro, then the end just kind of falls flat for me. I'm gonna put Finding Nemo in B tier, top of B tier. Finding Dory, I did not like, did not find funny, did not laugh, did not cry. And in a Pixar movie, when you don't laugh and you don't cry, you failed. The Incredibles. I just realized that it was like a play on the Fantastic Four only recently. And because of that, I actually like it more than I did when I first originally watched it. Has some adult tones. I like those adult tones. I'm putting it an A. Incredibles 2, I think it's maybe my least favorite Pixar movie. I wasn't a big fan. It just felt, it's weird to say that it felt rushed when it took like over 10 years to have it come out, but it felt rushed. The characters didn't feel developed. I wanted to follow Bob a little bit more, and the whole story just kind of fell apart for me. Now, here we are getting to the goats. We have Cars. Now, Cars is pivotal, I think, in every person's life that was born after the year 2000. Cars is peak. Lightning McQueen is peak. He's won 7 Piston Cups, and he deserves to be in the GOAT conversation, along with him and Doc Hudson and Jackson Storm. Those three are the GOATs. But other than that, I mean, Cars is a funny movie. You learn a little bit to shove down your own ego. You learn that a functioning adult should shove down their own ego. I'm going to put Cars in S tier. Cars 2. Now, if you had asked me when I first watched this movie, Cars 2 would be in D tier. Cars 2 was horrible. But what you need to do for all those Cars 2 haters out there, I need you to go to Disney Plus. I need you to get your favorite drink, sit down on the couch in a blanket, and I need you to watch Cars 2 with your brain turned off. I need you to take all critical thinking out of your brain, and I need you to leave it in the other room. And if you do that, Cars 2 is going to shoot up to A tier for you. And you're going to hate me now when I'm saying it, but once you do it, and once you check your ego at the door, you're going to agree with me. Cars 2 in A tier. Now, Cars 3, for another matter, B tier. I can't get over the ending. So, the ending where, I guess, spoiler alert for all those who never watched the masterpiece that is Cars 3 that I put in B tier. Lightning McQueen is out there. He's racing. He realizes he can't beat Jackson Storm. So, what does he do? He replaces himself with his handler, his his high-tech guru, and she goes and she puts his number on her and she goes and wins the race for him. I thought it was possibly the dumbest ending to a movie I have ever seen in my life. The fact that this loophole's never been exploited before and we're just now doing this now in this pivotal race, and we're able to have Cruz Ramirez come out there with fresh tires, fresh energy, and be able to sprint the rest of the race while all the rest of the race cars are tired and exhausted and pushing their limits. Cruz Ramirez gets to come in rested, and well prepared. And that's why she won. I mean, she's this might be the Mickey Mouse rings of the Piston Cup. There's no other championship that I've seen that is quite like this. This is LeBron taking a 3 month break and then being able to go into the bubble and fully healthy go win a championship for the last sprint of the season. Cruz Ramirez did that. Cruz Ramirez is a sham, and Cruz Ramirez deserves to go in the lowest tier of all racing cars. But the movie was fun otherwise. It brings the same heart as Cars 1. They went back to their roots and it's great. Ratatouille. I have a irrational fear of rats. In Indiana Jones and 3, when they walk into that little tunnel with all those rats, it was my worst nightmare. But listen, the movie made me like rats in the end. And for that reason and that reason alone, I think it deserves to go in A tier. Wally, now listen, for those of you out there that hate fat people, maybe Wally deserves to be an S tier because you're saying, you know what? This is vindicating everything I've ever thought. People need to go up there and walk. For me, I don't like watching the fat people in the wheelchairs. Fat people in the wheelchairs go in the sea. Up. Now, Up has the most emotionally draining first 20 minutes of a movie and also makes you think of your mortality as a child, and that makes you not want to watch the movie again. But once you make it past that, you still don't want to watch the movie because the rest of the movie sucks. It sucks. You know, the little Asian kid, he's funny. Carl is just an old grump and you're not a fan. The talking dogs were kind of annoying. And then the old evil guy, don't know where he came from. I just warned him to stop. Just stop, you old evil guy. We get it. You're old and you're evil and you want to find some artifact. You're done. Forget it. Up, D tier. Again, best 20 minutes of a movie. But do I want to rewatch it? No, never again. No thank you. Brave felt like more of a Disney movie. I was excited going into it because I like bears. Bears are my favorite animal. Brave goes into C tier. It just wasn't as special as the other ones. Inside Out. I loved Inside Out. Inside Out made you feel all the feelings, especially as like a person that learns about their feelings. I'm putting Inside Out in B tier. It was good. It wasn't great. I wouldn't put it above any of these. I wouldn't put it above Cars 2. Come at me with your pitchforks, but I think Cars 2 is better. Inside Out 2, I'll be honest with everyone. I haven't seen Inside Out 2. Nothing from Inside Out 1 made me want to rush back to the theaters to watch Inside Out 2, so I never saw it. The Good Dinosaur, all around, I'm going to put it in front of Inside Out 2 because I've actually seen it. But The Good Dinosaur, I just felt like it was a mess. I wasn't a big fan of it, and I thought it could have been better. Coco, we're going to put it in S tier. The thing about these Pixar movies is when they make you think about your immortality and the fact that you're going to die and you're going to be like in a little casket in the ground, it makes you not want to watch it. But Coco does a good job of making it look fun and making you relate back to your family. I would almost put Coco in my S tier at number one, just because when I went to the movie theater, I cried, my grandpa cried, my mom cried, whole family cried. And the fact that the movie's able to do that means something. And for you to actually walk out of the movie and feel good about yourself and not want to jump off a bridge, Coco did that. Coco walked a tightrope that I don't think Up was able to. And for that reason, I love Coco. Onward. Onward, I felt like was mediocre, but I loved that last moment. I guess I won't spoil it because it's at the end of the movie and it's more recent than the other movies I've talked about. But just that brotherly bond and the connection to the dad was great and it was emotional and I loved it. But the rest of the movie was mediocre, so I'm going to put it in B. Soul, I think it has a lot of the same kind of strengths as an Onward, where it's has that emotional pull that's not quite as deep as something like a Coco or an Up. But there's other fun moments to it. I like the jazz a lot. The jazz was really fun. And just the overall theme about finding your purpose was something that I really enjoyed. So I'm going to put Soul in A. Luca, I don't remember anything about this movie. I'm going to put it in C. I remember not loving it. He was a mermaid, then he wasn't. I get it. We're just playing the Little Mermaid, but in Italy. Again, wasn't my favorite, but it had its moments where it was fine, I guess. I like the Vespa they were riding around in. It was good. Turning Red, I like the idea. I like the characters. Again, I don't think it was necessarily made for me at this point as a man that was in his 20s, but it was fun. The characters were fun, the mom was fun, the grandma was fun, she was fun, and the idea of turning into a big red panda was fun. Lightyear, I don't hate it as much as a lot of people hate it. I just didn't find anything special about it. I felt like they were bastardizing my boy Buzz. Buzz, who's the GOAT in one, two, three, four Toy Story movies. He kind of gets ruined here in Buzz Lightyear. There's nothing really special about it. It would have been fun if they brought Tim Allen back, but Buzz Lightyear deserves an D tier. Elemental. See, I watched this movie with my girlfriend, and I think that's an important twist. I think if you go with your significant other to Elemental, it brings a new twist to it that makes people like it a little bit more because you're like, hey, that's us, fire and water. We're a little bit of a mix, we're fighting a little bit, but we love each other. Elemental goes in A tier. I liked it. Elio is the only other movie I never saw, and I hear that it's pretty good from people on TikTok, but I'm not going to guess. So I'm just going to put it at the bottom of my D tier with the other movie that I didn't see, Inside Out 2. Hoppers. Now, Hoppers is, I think, one of the funnier movies that I've seen out of Pixar in a long, long time. The car scene where they're typing on the phone, you might have seen it in the trailers. That was great. But again, the emotional hit, I don't think hit as much as those peak Pixar movies. I would say that Coco affected me more. I would say Monsters Inc. affected me more. Toy Story 2. I don't think the Cars movies affected me more, but it was just an all around good story. And for that reason, I'm going to put it in A tier, right behind Elemental and right above Finding Nemo. That's my list. Let me know what you think. There might be some weird takes on here, but listen, when you emotionally wreck me like Up, you deserve to go in the bottom of the list. When I have a good time with you and I feel a little emotion, that's when you deserve to go into S or an A tier. That's it. Thanks for watching.